I feel pretty confident saying that France is going to win this game. But you know what? 40 minutes, it has to be proved on the court.
Yeah, everybody who sets a book for this game is going to make them so heavy favorites. But you've always got a chance, you know. There's going to be that one night. Have Argentina got the weapons, though? They didn't show, they haven't shown it so far, but China didn't show us those sorts of shooting percentages until the game against Belarus. But France, silver medalists from the last Olympic Games. They've been medalists at European Championships. They've got players playing in the best competitions around the world. And it's going to take an almighty upset. And on top of all those things, players are now coming out. You've got young players coming through on this French roster. You've got Isabelle Yakubu putting probably together her best ever performance in this tournament at home. So France are building for something here. This isn't a night where they're gonna, you might even like catch them cold. They're building in front of an absolutely packed house. This has obviously got a French win written all over it. Great thing about sport, though, isn't it? You don't get the result until you earn the result. So this is going to go crazy and loud as the French get introduced. And we've been in France a few times, Jeff, for major competitions in the last few years. This crowd, the French crowd, come out to support the national team.
We saw Christian Santander, the Argentinian coach, soaking up the atmosphere, and French flag-waving French fans watch their heroines run out to the court. Probably not a bigger name in French basketball the last several years than that one. She was the player of the Olympics, bar none. She was number one, getting France to that surprise finish, the final, where immediately they were blown out by the USA, but she sure made a lot of plays that we all still remember and think about. And it's those memories that really these French fans want to, keep them very interested in the French team that is now coached by Valérie Garnier, who was an assistant to Pierre Vincent at those Olympic Games. Vincent also coached France into the final of Eurobasket Women in 2013 here in France with Garnier as an assistant. She coached at the World Championship and also last year to a runners-up finish in Hungary. Now the national anthems for both teams, starting with Argentina. Pretty good, turning down the music and just letting the fans sing the national anthem, as was the case. Santander shakes hands with Valérie Garnier and the players as well. And we are just several minutes, just 3.5 minutes away from the start of this game. And, the referees for tonight's game, Marie-Pierre Malo, Amit Balak, and the referee from Namibia, Sardi, Heksu Lifwa. And we'll see the rosters coming up here. You know, Argentina played at the last 2 FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournaments. They're one of the top teams in the Americas. You know, what are we going to get out of Melissa Greder tonight?
Well, you know, there's a number of questions about the game, but the biggest question on the individual level is Melissa Greder a potential star of the FIBA Americas going forward, but is she a potential star in worldwide competition? Because we've seen both the good and the inconsistent side of her in the first 2 games. Greder starts with Rosé and Boquet, Barani and Vega. I don't know how Barani and Vega have to start, because they're just not going to compete on the inside unless they do start and play well. Because this French team, as we all know, is big and athletic and talented on the inside. Interested to see who they do go with tonight. It'll be a bit of a disappointment for Isabelle Yakubu if she doesn't start after the performance that she had in the last game against New Zealand, where they really had to pull out and play well. I mean, let's be fair, New Zealand made them work hard. But apart from Celine Dumerc, who is probably one of the best-known faces in women's world basketball, based on her ability, Gruder, there's the one question mark there in terms of when are we going to see the real Sandrine Gruder? Miami's, again, one of those players who always, to me, looks at ease at the highest levels. And she'll start with Yakubu on the inside. Yayi still, for me, got to prove it. I think she's got all the tools. Skreller and Dumerc, and Skreller's that glue player that is the consistent element around a lot of the explosive talent on this French team. I love them, Jeff. I think they're a great team because, again, they're a team that you get a lot out of what they've got. Silver medalist, gold, whatever level they've been at in the last few years, these guys can play. Gisela Vega has to put in a performance. She has to really score, but she has to play defense and get on the glass. The 9 rebounds a game are going to help her. Celine Dumerc sums up that 10 points and 6.5 assists per game. Whoever else plays well, Celine Dumerc does it day in, day out, minute by minute, carries her team when she needs to, lets other people do it when they're playing well.
Al igual que Rojo, lo vamos a hacer, lo vamos a tirar de entrada, así que
the coach of Argentina.
Well, he's got a real task. He came up with a win in the first game, so that got him into this position. But you can't play as low as they did and then expect to just roll up the next day and play well. Garnier's issues are slightly different. She's like, well, we were challenged and we found and we responded, and she had a superstar performance out of Yakubu. So she's moving in the right direction, and I love some of the explosive talent she's got coming off that bench. Johannes, for me, is, well, you know, for her, I hope Celine Dumerc plays for a few more years, because playing next to Celine Dumerc, she's going to have the opportunity to shine.
Yep, Marine Johannes, number 17. She's probably the revelation of the tournament. She's going to be a player who I would be very surprised if she doesn't play at big clubs in Europe and also across the Atlantic to play the WBA. She has got some serious potential, 21 years of age, and France haven't wasted any time in getting her into this senior team. And she will get some big minutes. Barani, interesting. Maybe Argentina learned a little bit about France, how to play them by watching New Zealand play them. But it just makes you wonder, over 40 minutes, if they would have a chance. Certainly we know this. Argentina cannot play any worse than they played against Turkey.
Hopefully. Where are they going to play worse? Melissa Greder not just missed shots, then stopped taking shots. And they're not going to win if she does that again. In fact, they're not even going to be competitive if she takes that sort of line.
Well, welcome to that, folks. If you're just tuning in, it's the start of the 4th and final quarterfinal here at the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament. China just booked their place with an impressive win over Belarus. Joined Spain and Turkey in the Olympics. And now Yakubu picks up right where she left off. And France's win over New Zealand.
I was just about to say, Vega did a great job, got a piece of it, but then forgot to box out. You know, that's the thing. You said 40 minutes. It's second by second, possession by possession. You got to play every single one of them fully.
Rosé Probably the one Argentinian that came out with some credit the other night.
That doesn't do it for me. Jeff Vega taking threes and then not getting back doesn't do it for me for Argentina. Yeah, if I'm Santander, I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll try and run maybe a little pick and roll for Greta. Let's try and get Greta a shot early, see if we can get some momentum out of her. Because if they can get some momentum out of her, who knows where this team could roll to.
Well, Miem, 28 years old. It's hard to believe she's, gosh, where have all the years gone?
But still only 28. Been around forever, but she's still only 28.
Well, testing yourself against the best, that's what Greta is doing tonight. Here's Rosé on the baseline and knocks down a jump shot.
You know, simple, nice little pick and roll action. No help because they pretty much play you one-on-one. And they're just going straight to the heart, to the gut of the Argentinian defense, whether it's Ayayi posting up, whether it's Miem posting up, or Yakubu. Every first 3 possessions, they've gone deep every time.
Well, they find Yakubu, and Yakubu gets the friendly roll. I don't know what it is about Yakubu right now, but gosh, she's gone from playing really a poor game in the opener.
She's playing with a smile on her face.
With now just being like the best pivot here.
And she's got the physical. We always know she's at the physicals.
Oh, that's better from. Well, that was Rosé. I was thinking that was Greta for a second. Skrela over to Miem. And rims out. Now Greta trying to shake off a poor performance. Rosé with the bounce pass over to Vega. Burani. Vega again, a jump shot. And Burani passes it back. And Greta is going to go in and try to challenge Yakubu. And all Yakubu had to do was turn and put her arms out. Now Dumer at the line. Over to Ayayi. Miem gets it despite Argentinians being around the ball.
Well, I've been very, very impressed with me in the way that she's added, even at the age of 28. And we get the steal.
And another one for Ayayi, and France have taken a 10-2 lead. Boquete needs to be helped up. Ayayi runs over to the bench. And that is just telegraphing the pass from Greta. She's got to do better.
Well, I was just saying before that steal that Miem is always that mid-range jump shooter that sort of, used to work off Yakubu and Gruda. But like the last few games, she's shown a real much more toughness around the ring. Stays with plays, takes contact, and she's playing a little closer to the ring. And therefore, if she does extend, she's in a range. Does a really nice job. It's a little bit like girls and women at the moment, though.
I mean, the big question right now is with Yakubu is how many minutes can she last? And as Australia's coach Brendan Joyce looks on here at this game, he's here in the arena, and as Gino Auriemma of USA, they're looking at this French team, and they, and they understand that this is one of the competitors for a spot on the podium at the Olympics. And how does Yakubu fit in to all of that? Well, Burani banks it in. The bank is open, and it's already
it's way late.
8:30.
Way late. 24-hour banking. I like this little change defensively, little 1-3-1 zone, trying to change it up, but got to do a better job at the high post. But it's made France take more passes, made them try and get into the half court. But you've got to box out.
Oh, boy, that was nothing at all that anybody can do about that. The only thing you can hope to do if you're Borani, who took a shot to the face, is you have got to try to keep her out of that lane, boxing her out. And that means you're not going for the ball, you're just trying to box her out.
Yeah, that's the key. You don't even think about it. You let someone else accumulate the rebound numbers.
But this is what happened to New Zealand. Yakubu just came in and grabbed rebound after rebound. And by the time the fourth quarter came around, the other players came in off the bench from France. They were rested like Marielle Armand, and, you know, there was no stopping them.
I mean, you asked the question about how many minutes Yakubu can play. If she's in this frame of mind, she looks in as good a shape as I've seen her in the last few years. If she's in this frame of mind and enjoying it, she can go for 20, 23, 24 minutes if she stays out of foul trouble, but she gets tired and she becomes foul prone.
Skrela and shot clock violation. So good defense from Argentina. And Valerie Garnier looks on a little bit perturbed, to put it mildly.
And we've said in the previous games, well, things are going against you. Make a change. Try looking at something else. And Argentinian basketball is renowned for trying to find answers to problems. So the 1-3 zone might work for a while. It's a very weak rebounding defense. But let's see if that gets them a chance to get a foothold in the game.
Vega goes right at Yakubu. Now that's much better. That's taking it right to the big center.
Absolutely right. Don't settle for poor jump shots. Because Yakubu is not quick laterally. That's the thing you can exploit.
Side, he goes to Miem. He follows up on a miss. And the rebounding simply is not there for Argentina. Yayi drives in. Again, ball this time batted out to Boquete. And now Rosé has it. Entry pass to Vega, and this time instead of driving in, she takes the jump shot.
That's her range, though. That mid-range and in, she's got quite a quick release and decent first step. And I like the response. They took the timeout, they made a change, and they've got some momentum going. They've got 10-2, now 11-9.
Elena Siak and Sarah Michelle, who was so impressive the other night, coming in for France. Skrela misses, ball goes off of Argentina, out of bounds. Well, Yakubu has lasted almost 5 minutes. Skrela, they're going to come out as you look at the Argentinian bench getting up and showing their support. Pass, and Sayak is denied by Vega. Now Borani has it, and a little break here for the Argentinians. And great play from Sarah Michelle. You simply have to be careful around her. Dumert now back for France. Miem on the baseline. And Argentina finding it hard to get hold of the ball, and Boquete may have picked up an injury, and Llorente is going to come into the game. No, timeout is going to be called before that. So Llorente is going to get an early call.
Well, that's a very early call. She's talked about as one of the up-and-coming talents of South American basketball. Now she's got a chance. She plays her basketball in Liga Femenina 1, so she's already has international experience. Donnie's worried here about they're just not breaking this zone down, and the zone's asking you to shoot some jump shots from areas you don't want to, and that's what's happening. You've got to give credit to Coach Santander. He's made a nice adjustment.
7 offensive rebounds for France, 5 points. 1 offensive rebound for Argentina, no points.
But you make the point. Someone's going to say, I'm going to box out. Someone else has got the rebound. So the zone might make them shoot from further out. We might be talking about longer rebounds, but it's about bodies, and it's about getting your body in the right position and then just going after it harder than your opponent. So it's very, very, very pleased the way Argentina have responded to a 10-2 start in front of the crowd. Maybe it is the team from game 1 that's the real Argentina.
Well, you see Sarah Michelle, she entered the game off the bench, and boy, she has got a bright future, doesn't she? She just makes plays. Yeah. We've seen her make a defensive play. They've got some good young players in this French team. She's 27 and trying to get the ball. It's just an amazing. It's just so difficult for them to get a rebound, isn't it? And to keep France from hovering. But Llorente comes in, gets a hold of it.
Yeah, they called me in for the foul. So, you know, that's a lot of positives in the last few minutes for Argentina. And you know it's positives because the crowd start to just not be enjoying the party. They're worried about the game now. What would be great for Argentina now is if Melissa Greta gets going. Just find an option. Falling over is not going to help, but she gets up.
It's quite a test for her against Quebec, I have to say. Inside goes to Barani. And Barani takes it straight to the rack against Sayak. And Argentina have tied it at 11.
Sayak is not Yakubu, she's not Gruda. She's tall, but she's not that mobile. So Barani can play it quick.
Now the pass to Ayayi, and she goes up with the left hand. Now Rosé. And Barani gets it back to Rosé. And much better for Argentina, moving that ball around. Ayayi, though, with the rebound. Marine Johannes is going to come in, so be ready to be thrilled. Now over to Ayayi for three. That's going to be too long.
You want Greta to keep pushing now. No one stopped her yet. Be aggressive right now. And then you can kick it out.
Takes it into the lane and passes back outside to Rosé. And Vega has got to do better than that.
And even more so because Greta was looking at a wide open look after being really aggressive. Got a good look and then Vega just throws it out of bounds. And Gonzalez coming in for Greta did one of the few players that did try to and actually came out of a reasonable performance in the last group loss.
Llorente on Johannes. Two youngsters. And Gruda's come in and immediately goes hard to the basket and earns a trip to the line. She came off the bench in the first game, didn't she?
Yeah.
She started
in the New Zealand game. And looked a little bit flat. She got blocked in the first two possessions in the New Zealand game. It just seemed to take a game away, which is unusual.
So Thomas comes into the game. As you look at the replay of Gruda going to the basket, I think she probably realizes that, you know, she hasn't done as well as people are accustomed to seeing Gruda.
She had an interesting end to the season, as it didn't play in the finals of the Women's EuroLeague.
Yeah.
You know, didn't play the playoff games for whatever reason.
Well, she was short on that, well short. And France with the 3-point lead. But she's one of the all-time great France players.
Absolutely.
Sandrine Gruda. So we hope she snaps out of it. Now Vega. And she is going to have to get the contact on Sayak, isn't she? She can't just shoot over it.
No, and it's you know, we said literally just before that Sayak is big but not very mobile. So the trouble is Vega is not very mobile either. So you got to play her in a slightly different way.
Cabrera's in the game, by the way. Gonzalez also. Thomas, she can shoot it, but she's short. Kept it alive. Michelle. Sara Michelle gets in the lane. Oh, boy. She's good. And back to a 5-point lead for France, coming up on the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Gonzalez. She gets blocked by Sayak, but a foul was called before.
Hooper. Well, Gonzalez is nothing else if apart, you know, she is very, very quick, very, very direct. And yeah, she might get herself into situations like that, but I just think Argentina have got to have that type of approach tonight.
They just really had nothing working against Turkey after having an impressive start to the tournament against Cameroon. And Gonzalez makes it. Back to a three-point game. Now, a little bit of full-court pressure there that France broke with ease. Quick pass, nice bounce pass to Sayek. He passes it back out though, and just out of the reach of Michel.
Slight change of the shape of the zone, more 2-3 than anything else now. And now France is going to make the adjustments, and I always feel they tend to struggle to make adjustments until Dumerc will come back, because she'll be out there and she won't let them run anything until they make the adjustment necessary. Pupa's got all that quickness, but what she needs to add is all that savvy Celine Dumerc heads-up play.
Sandra Pavon's the captain of this Argentina team. She's got the ball. And Gonzalez fouled outside by Gruda.
So Jeff, Gonzalez did really well here, because Gruda shows really hard, but she tries to go between the hard show and the screen, and there was space. That's what caused the foul. So again, Gonzalez being direct, good things have happened.
Well, Stephanie Thomas finds her way in, and Maria Johannes did not allow her to have an uncontested shot. Now Cabrera challenges in the backcourt, but Pupa has it. Gruda again gets inside, puts it up under pressure, and Siak brings it down and makes the defender just as tall as she is.
And Siak gives France something they don't have, as in a really out-and-out big. And all she has to do is play big. Don't bring it down. It's hard, but she takes it right down.
I think she got fouled.
Yeah. Well,
like
on the way down, she got fouled.
Looked like Fiorotto yanked her arm down. Sometimes you got to resort to these things. Gonzalez gets it to Cabrera, bounce pass, Fiorotto, and that's good basketball. Still, it was contested.
Yeah, but
they got the shot.
But they were aggressive and got it away quickly, and it was a good balance, good high percentage option. 1 point game. Hats off to this Argentinian lineup.
And Gruda catches it and misses, but Pupa comes out with it.
Smallest player on the floor somehow gets an offensive rebound.
Pupa back to Gruda, running the shot clock, and Johannes sees just at the right time. And ball goes back to France. Now foul called on Sandra Pavon.
You can be as talented as anything, but you've got to have that desire. And the Pupa just never quit on the play. But they haven't run. They don't look very good against this zone. They don't look very slick. They don't look very, lot of rhythm in it. But Argentina in the penalty, so they will go to the line.
First one's good. Yeah, France right now out-rebounding Argentina 16-9. 10 of those 16 rebounds have been on this end, on the offensive glass. Michel cashes in, so Argentina will try to hold it for one. Down to 8 seconds. Well, Gonzalez is just going to pull up, and that gives France a little bit of time. And good defense from Argentina. And Pavon doesn't get it off quite in time. So, nevertheless, competitive first quarter. Argentina, despite being dominated on the glass, they only trail 18-15.
Well, these stats, as you've just highlighted, when we get to the rebound stats, it's going to be a disaster for Argentina. And it's a real disaster because France can't buy baskets at the moment. Shooting, 35%, haven't made a three. Their offensive rebounds are just keeping them alive. The dilemma of going to the zone, because it's hard to box out in the zone. You've actually got to go and locate someone. And they just, whatever they've been man-to-man or zone, they just haven't, whether they're capable or not, they haven't kept France away from the rebound. So, apart from that, it's a tremendous performance by Argentina. And it just raises a few of those question marks we had about France. Can they make those shots? Same problem that a lot of teams have. Against the really good teams with the size that they're going to go against, you've got to make mid-range jump shots. You've got to make points in transition. You've got to shoot a reasonable three-point percentage, which is what they've done in the past.
Sinon, il y a ça et il y a la continuité. D'accord? Donc la prochaine attaque,
And I have to say again, Jeff, that Gonzalez looks a more confident individual at the moment than Melissa Greta. Although Vega could have really got it going if she found that pass and gave her an open look.
That's very true indeed. So Spain, China, and Turkey already have booked their places here, and it's really getting interesting now. France, if they can pull away, they would be the fourth team, and then it would be a real dogfight for that last one. And, if the unthinkable were to happen here and Argentina were to spring an upset, just imagine you'd have Belarus and France in that mix with Cuba and Korea. So perhaps this qualifying tournament has been a little more competitive than people realized. Nigeria won a game, but they didn't advance to the second round. They exited. Cameroon were pretty overmatched in their two games, as were Venezuela. Sayek. Two on the shot clock. And Johannes has to put it up and makes it. She was helped by the crowd, I think.
But what a release, though. Got herself balanced, got off the floor quickly, great stroke.
She's the real deal, Mark.
She's exciting, full stop.
I think the saying is she's going to get paid. Here's Thomas. Puts up kind of a crazy left-handed shot. And Apupa now runs from the backcourt, bounce pass to Gruda. Delivered by you-know-who, Maureen Johannes.
And that's one of those things that I've always France should do a lot more, because Gruda, what an athlete. You get down the floor, she challenges you. Beautiful pass, great execution on the break.
Nice move again, like you said. Gonzalez playing with confidence. Foul call before the shot. Or was it?
Yeah, they've given it a basket good.
They have given the basket. Well, this is the shot at the other end. Johannes hitting. So they're giving her an opportunity for a three-point play. A little bit of a continuation, perhaps.
The French coaching staff don't agree and have told every single official on the floor. And I like the way Gonzalez is coming with. She's just so fearless in the way she plays. If Greta needs to take a look and learn.
Okay, so Yakubu is going to come back in. Next dead ball. Michel drives in, dumps it to Siep, and she's fouled by Cabrera. So good minutes for Cabrera. She checks out. Got a couple of fouls.
Yeah, I think the whole of this Argentinian team, the bench coming in, they've come in with a lot of intensity. They've come in understanding their role.
Maybe Santander was right in his press conference. He just said, we all played bad. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to look ahead.
Well, now you go with a lineup, and it's the three-guard lineup that France have used a lot, but you have Gruda and Yakubu on the inside. They've been out-rebounded already. The whole situation just gets a little bit worse.
Gonzalez pulls up. That's good.
I think she's great. I think she's doing a marvelous job the way she's come in.
7 points already.
Yeah.
Johannes, difficult pass. And a foul on Yakubu. Boquete is going to come into the game. Just wondering if Greta's going to get back in the game. She might not until late in the first half, because you wouldn't want to take Gonzalez out.
And it just takes so much pressure out, because when she's not being aggressive, Greta, and looking for her own shot, no one helps. Everyone plays their guy because Greta's looking to score.
So Santana in the game, number 5. Argentina. She usually starts, but she didn't start tonight. Gonzalez whips the pass to Pavon, open, and had a good look there.
It's a great find as well. You know, drew the defense, skipped past, had pace on it. And she's coping with the pressure that Pupa puts on you in terms of speed.
Oh, look at Johannes finds Yakubu. Yakubu fouled down low. Second team foul on Argentina.
Wait, see, Yakubu's in space. You know, it's like if you let Yakubu catch easy, you're going to foul her or she's going to score. And either lack of communication or just someone not wanting to put their body on her. It's.
Is she shooting there?
No. She was fouled on the catch. She caught it and then she was fouled.
Why'd they give her shots? The Argentina coaches didn't question it. Maybe she was in the shooting motion, but anyway, she's at the line and she's missed one, so it's not as bad as it could have been for Argentina. They are trailing by 5, but I think they would have settled for this position before the start of the game.
Especially as one or two of their players are playing with a lot of confidence.
Vega. This is it back outside to Boquete. Boquete drives in, it was blocked.
Spent far too much time looking at the people who were going to block her. It was a really good decision to go because there was space, but Argentina going back, playing man-to-man. She's got to do a better job on the glass. Got to help down here right now.
That's going to be an offensive foul. Gruda hooking. Saw a little bit of frustration in Gruda that time. I think she might come out of the game. So that is now 3 team fouls on France. And Dumeric's been out of the game for a while. She's going to come back in now. And Santana picked off that pass. Boquete open at the line.
They can't dry up. They can't. That was great execution. Apart from they picked off a pass that was meant straight for Boquete, but she found a really nice opening. Got great separation from the screen. France didn't do a great job getting through either. Just missed a wide open foul line jump shot. Nice pass.
A nice pass from Yakubu to Nia. And now the French. Starting to flex their muscle a little bit. Barani hasn't gotten back up off the bench yet since going out.
They turn it over on the baseline then after the make.
Yes, they did. We didn't see that. It's from Santana.
So you have a wide open jump shot to cut it to like a 3-point game. You get scored against, and you get scored against again. So instead of being 3, it's 9, and you're in a hole. And they only have themselves to blame for every single part of that 6-0 run.
Vega now raises the elbows, sets the screen, catches Dumeric, and all of a sudden, Argentina showing signs of unraveling.
Yeah, she moved and she actually dipped and hit her, so. And then might need to, if which I think he's going to do, take the timeout, and realize now he's going to change his mind. He looked like he was going to take the timeout.
Great atmosphere in Nantes. You can see on the TV, just flags everywhere. Inside it goes to Yakubu. She's blocked from behind by Vega. And still, Argentina cannot come up with the ball. Watch this. Because Yakubu didn't give up. She fought for the ball.
And that tells you a lot about where Yakubu's mentality is, because in the past, she'd have been worrying about the block and maybe bitching about not getting the foul. She just stayed with the play. And she's really, looks like she's becoming what people have thought she could be, the major center for this French team.
But this is the stat here that Argentina, they don't seem to be able to do anything about. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
But they're not making contact on cuts. So every time there's a shot, they're trying to find people. And it's, when Yakubu cut the baseline, someone should have bumped in front of it. So when the shot goes up, you've already got to get contact. It's already a... Whereas they're letting people get to positions where they're getting advantage by making a move to the offensive glass. They're undersized, they're small, we know all that, but that happens in basketball all the time, and people do a great job on the glass looking up, taking care of their own boards. We saw in this earlier on how just by being active, China out-rebounded Belarus, a far bigger team. So and Argentina understand how to do these things. They've just got to knuckle down and do it. Otherwise, you know, what was a 3-point, 5-point game will grow like it has done to make it a 9-point game. They have to score now. You know, it's crazy to say they have to score now, but they can't let this score get above 10 or 11 points. It becomes unmanageable for them.
Well, Vega's going to take the jumper.
It's not a bad option. Yeah, he ran a little action off the screen. She ends up with a wide open shot, but it was just flat. Difference between good teams, great teams.
Liam set a pick and rolled and gets an and one.
They shared the ball beautifully on that play. Dumerc didn't have the angle to go straight inside to Liam, so she went to Yakubu, and that was a completely different angle.
So the lead now 11 can grow to 12. That stays at 11, but the same problem that has afflicted Argentina all night long continues.
And there is no excuse for that. You're getting out rebounded on it. It wasn't as if like it was a big high rebound, it just didn't box out.
Say, just came up short. Now Johannes over to Dumerc, bounce pass Mia, and another one. And all of a sudden, the lead is becoming the deficit unmanageable for Argentina. They are down 15 and the French are threatening to run them out of the gym.
Well, nearly 4 minutes without a basket for Argentina. They've just got to tick it over.
I mean, they're throwing up prayers. Dumerc, Johannes back to Dumerc. And Yayi comes down. This is the jumper. And
if it was a boxing match on the glass, the ref would have stopped it by now, because they're just either incapable of rebound boxing out, or they're just being physically manhandled and they just can't compete.
They are out-rebounding Argentina 26-11. Turnover. Dumerc. Back to Liam. And Dumerc has got a big smile on her face. And Vega turns around like she's been hit in the face.
And that is effectively what's happened. France have come out and just really smacked Argentina in the face.
And they have taken command. I mean, she kind of ran into an elbow from Yakuba Vega. I don't think it was vicious.
She didn't swing the elbow. She was just trying to post up. And
Jose takes it and finally gets one to fall for Argentina. Now back to a 15-point lead. Numeric jump shot. That's about as bad as it gets.
I want to see it again. I want to see who actually initiated the contact, because Celine Dumont may have kicked out a little to generate some contact. No, she didn't. She just got walked into. Amon's time here is crucial for me as well, yeah, because she played very, very well in the New Zealand game. Trying to establish a role for herself on the team, and like made a big step towards that the other day, in my opinion. So she's got to play at that level right now.
Rose just got bumped by Strela, who was able to make the pass. Thomas over to Gretter. Barani rebounds, but is tied up. She's got nowhere to go with it. Foul called on France. They got, they're gonna inbound it. Thomas hasn't really been able to get anything going offensively yet. Jose drives in and is fouled as she goes hard.
Good move. There was gap. There was a space to attack the far side of the ring, and the help was always going to foul her.
Sandra Pavon has to come in.
Yeah, she has a blood injury, so she has to come. Just pick your best free throw shooter and sub her in.
Well, Pavon makes the first. If Argentina can whittle away at this deficit here before the end of the first half, give themselves a chance. Pavon just makes one of two.
It's a 15-3 run that's just taken the whole, sucked any bit of energy out of Argentina. It's all been about great defense and just tremendous execution.
Mont looks good, doesn't she?
But Dumont again pulls the strings, you know, dragged the defense down. Everyone got below her, and she just found the open player.
Fiorotto. Thomas fouls Yayi. So it's not making for pleasant viewing right now
for Argentina fans and the players on the bench. I suppose the disappointing thing is they were right there at the end of the first quarter.
Well, and don't forget that they were down 5. They had a chance with a wide open jump shot, missed it. They got beaten in the break, then turned it over to the baseline. So it went to 9 in the blink of an eye. And from that point on, it's been a different Argentina. And the other thing, and it's been a bit harsh on Melissa Greta, but Gonzalez went out the game as well. And Greta's almost being 2-point guard-like in terms of not looking for any of her own options. You know, whereas Gonzalez was very aggressive and ticked the scoreboard over, and Greta's just not looking to do that.
And that ball ended up right in the hands of Thomas.
It's a poor pass, wasn't it?
So 2 shots coming for Thomas. Llorente will come back into the next to that ball. Here it is again. What you do in the fast break, you take it to the middle, don't you?
And you stayed ahead and used the body really well. You made the point a number of times that there is so much time between the end of this tournament and the Olympic Games, and there's so much preparation and preparation games. Whereas some of these players can't be absolutely guaranteed that they're going to make that final roster. So people like Siak, while they give us some, the French team something different, you can't have negatives.
Argentina has really capitalized. This another free throw, 5-7 at the line. France 12 of 16. Steal from Greta. She goes up. Maybe that'll get her going.
You've got to hope that's got to give us some confidence really quick. And Pavon stayed up the floor.
Jean-Michel, could she go all the way? She misses, but just can't get the rebound.
But they had 2 black shirts there. Now, Siak's very long, but you box her out. You keep her away. You don't even think about going for the ball. And Greta ends up on the wrong end of an elbow, which is completely unintentional, and she literally would have run into it. But Siak ends up with an offensive rebound. He's got bodies around her.
Yeah. She caught the right elbow of Siak. Nice looking stroke there. Siak. Argentina will just try to get a shot here. They'll take it when they get it. I'm guessing. Greta gets blocked by Siak. On the break. Siak doesn't get it off in time. The pass, she needs to go up with it. So Michel's basket is no good, but France lead it 46-26. The winner of this game qualifies for the Rio de Janeiro Olympics.
So their field goal percentage has gone up. They still can't make a 3, which is going to be a worry, but the next page is going to be the horror story, because throughout that whole first half, France were just having a career night on the glass. 13, 19, 32 against 12. And at this level, you are never, ever going to be competitive with those sorts of rebound numbers. And it's so disappointing because at 25-20, you know, it looked like a game, and then it's gone 21-5, 21-6 in about 6 minutes in the second quarter. And then they haven't laid down and died, but they just have continued to make the same issue and change it. You know, maybe get called for a foul. Look like you're trying to get yourself in position. But France are looking good. I love them in the fast break. I love them when they move the ball. So 1 foot in the Olympic Games for France.
46-26, France on top of Argentina at halftime.
cette mi-temps. Applaudissements effectivement au métal en tant que ballon officiel de la FIBA pour l'organisation olympique. Édition 2016. Pour des amis qui représentent le mouvement et l'activité des meilleurs joueurs de la Coupe du Monde, rejoignez Molten et montez votre soutien à votre équipe nationale alors qu'ils jouent à leur plus haut niveau avec intégrité et fair play. Pour en savoir plus, visitez le site internet FIBA.com et participez au concours pour gagner un ballon Molten édition spéciale. Et maintenant, ça va se passer sur le cube pour nos partenaires de la FIBA, partenaires internationaux de la FIBA. Voilà, mesdames et messieurs, applaudissements au Bagad de Nantes. Le Bagad de Nantes.
Turning marker 3, activate yourself speed. The field will move on. FIBA.
We have some long faces over there on the Argentina bench. Their team trails France, who are being roared on by this home crowd, 46-26. And a lot of work to do. It's hard to see Argentina getting a win in this one, but you never know. They get a good start. We saw France perhaps not start as brightly as they would have liked, which has been the case here at the Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament, but they eventually turned on the style in the second quarter, and really Argentina couldn't keep up. The one constant for France in this entire game, and it's something that's carried over from New Zealand, is their ability to get all the rebounds, give themselves second and third chances. I mean, they are right now beating this Argentina team 32-12 on the board. Look at the points in the paint as well. 12 of 22 for France, 5 of 13 for Argentina. So the winner of this game, Mick, goes to the Olympics, and they'll join China, they'll join Spain, they'll join Turkey as teams that have already won quarterfinals here at the Women's Olympic qualifying tournament. The loser will still have a chance, but it's going to be awfully difficult either way for Argentina to make it on what we've seen so far.
Well, it's going to be very difficult, and it's a little bit frustrating for them because they were right in the game at 25-20, and they had a good shot to make it like a three-point game. But then straight after that, they just made a couple of mental mistakes, and we've used this word a few times about the better teams. France have been absolutely relentless since then. They've just like turned the screw tighter and tighter and tighter. They've scored points in transition. Their defense has been exceptional. And Argentina, a good team, are just happen to be playing a great team. And that's, all sorts of reasons and examples from the stats that we can talk about. But then Argentina just got to look at themselves. They've got to look at what they can do. They're starting with Gonzalez, which I think is a really good move. Vega's come back. She's got to stand out and lead the team now as the veteran in this situation. And then they went with the two bigs. They went with Brani and Vega at the beginning of the game, and it worked. Now, it might get even better with Gonzalez at the point.
Second half action underway here in Nantes, FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament. France in command right now. And they get an easy one. Potential three-point play here for India.
And it's very nice, it's a nice interchange. You see where Gruder has the pass that Brani's gone on, then you can see Rocher come into the picture. And at the start of that play, Miriam was on the other side, and she just didn't play any defense, didn't react to the pass at all. And that's just about, again, they've come straight out. We're working on the inside really well, relentlessly getting their high percentage shot and the high percentage game going. This could get very, very ugly unless Argentina decide that, that there's some pride out here. It's a big crowd. We want to look, get ready to try and qualify and try and put up a performance.
Gonzalez fakes the pass, goes baseline, and gets a foul.
They could get the whole of this Argentinian lineup needs to have the same attitude as Gonzalez, because she's playing hard. She's trying to play smart. She's always attacking closeouts, and she's had a very, very good first half. It's got to make this to get over to 8 points. She can't do.
Well, two missed free throws. Argentina now 5 behind. That's Gruda. She goes up and banks it in.
I also think it's a really good move by Coach Gunning to get Gruder into the game. Try and start, get her back to somewhere at the level she's used to be playing at.
Running this down low. Now inside to Liam. And Barani reaches over to help out. And the shot clock. From way downtown. Gonzalez plays with a little bit of attitude, doesn't she? A little bit of panache. Vega gets inside and draws the foul on Gruda.
And when it's not going your way, when you're a step off, you're just not quite in your rhythm, things like foul counts always work against you. Gruda picks up her third foul. Should just leave her out there, see if she can just get some offensive rhythm and some game rhythm going. She just looks like she hasn't played a lot.
shell. So, come out of nowhere. Michelle comes right back and gets it back. That's the type of player she is. This is the layup. I would have put money on her making that. Miem is there for the jump shot.
It's a great sign for France as well, because Gruder ran the floor really hard to pick up the offensive board. She's up on the balls of her feet. She's in stance. She looks a little sharp.
Say for the jump shot. That's good. That's a 3. Just kind of pulled her away, and then Gonzalez had it taken away by Dumeric, and Argentina have gotten lucky.
You're up 24 points. Dumeric is still just got that attitude. She's relentless. She saw the opportunity to come up with a steal. Almost came down with yet another positive stat.
Rosé drives in. She's been the bright spot, really. I mean, Gonzalez has played well. Rosé has consistently played hard and been positive. Yayi on the baseline. Gruda. And Barani didn't rebound it, but tapped it to a teammate. I think Argentina need to go in for rebounding lessons on this side. Gonzalez is fouled as she gets down. No timeout on the floor with 6:44 remaining. Still all France.
Allá, en un tremendo trabajo largo. Si hay que dar una falta, sacrifiquen la falta. Lo recibimos ya, 12 puntos. ¿Qué falta va a hacer?
Este partido fue
I think with Argentina in the same place they were the other night, in the sense that they're 22 down, and is there a way back in the game? That's a big ask. But you've got to keep a positive way of playing. They've got to come down the floor and try and get things, because tomorrow they've got to win to try and advance to a classification game to go to the Olympics still. I just don't subscribe to this thing that says, oh yeah, it's okay, we can come back tomorrow, because you find yourself back in that same rut. And they're almost getting back into that rut right now. And that's so disappointing, because at the start of the game, I thought they did really well. You know, they were really competitive.
Rosé did all the hard work, got in, missed the layup. Gruda wide open. 57-33. And these French fans might want to start doing some shopping online for some airline tickets to Rio if they want to see their team play. I'm guessing they'd be able to buy some tickets.
That was always going to happen as soon as Barani just started to fade away.
Beautiful pass from Dumeric. Now Gruda just behind the line.
But, you can tell from the reaction of the coaching staff right in front of us. They know how important Sandrine Gruda is. And once she gets that mid-range jump shot going, she's world class.
And Vega has had that flat shot all day long. Beautiful pass to Dumeric. And one coming for France.
So my comparison for you right now, Jeff, is that career earlier on today, similar type of situation against one of the best, teams there are. Then their big goes down, but they're still up and down. They're still trying to run stuff. They finish in a positive way. Vega missed that baseline jump shot because Mayhem got a piece of it. Mayhem lays it up. Vega's not past the three-point line. There's a level, and if that's your leadership, that's really going to hurt you. This Argentinian team is up against it, but they've got to keep playing. They're going to show up tomorrow. They get down 8. Do they get to the same position they're in now? I think they should have got a call there, though.
Michel quickly to the other end for France. And the French just pulling away. We've got 15 minutes remaining. They're up 30.
If it carries on in this manner, and there's no reason it won't because the French team will be relentless, you could be looking at a 100-50 game. And that'd be some fun because France will run, and France, Yakubu hasn't even been in the game yet.
We haven't seen Maria Hannes yet in the second half. We're going to call a foul for holding.
Yeah, Deborah Gonzalez. Things don't get any easier for Argentina when they get the rotation and they go a little smaller and they go with their 3-guard look. They look very small.
Well, they're not getting any rebounds anyway with the size that they have out there, so they may as well try to create kind of like a frenetic pace, perhaps. Maybe come out and try to press, although that might be difficult.
Cabrera did well there. Stood a ground, played hard, played strong. Didn't give the easy option to Yakubu.
He fouls Thomas as he gets inside.
Et si vous criez les bleus, ça marche. On commence.
So Gonzalez now out of the game. Pavon back in. Thomas played at the Olympic qualifying tournament 8 years ago, but not 4 years ago. Put it mild. Pulls up with the jumper. Nice ball through that, but didn't make it. And that ball went straight into Chiarotto. Rear legs. Dawson's feeling the worst after that foul.
And given the way that the Argentinian team is playing, if we are looking forward to tomorrow's semi-final classification games, she's important. She's played with a lot of spark. She's been able to tick the scoreboard over.
She's played with some verve, hasn't she?
Absolutely.
Some moxie. Not enough.
Johannes is in the game, always pleases us, and it's just so good to watch.
Yeah, she's got some moves. Look at this. Right off the bench. Puts it up. Didn't make it, but still looked good doing it. Nice release. She should be getting some endorsement opportunities, shouldn't she?
Well, especially with the profile of this team.
Greta. And just can't score, as they say, or with increasing frequency, I've noticed in the basketball world, they can't score the ball. I don't know why. Here's Johannes again for 3. And that one stays out.
She can score the ball.
But she did not score the ball that time.
So we have a new phrase there. for us. Oh.
It's blocked by Skrela. And Greder stepped in front of Apupa. And they called a charge on Apupa.
Yeah, I think this is right. I think the way that Apupa didn't really change direction, and Greta was going back in a straight line.
Greder's in a little bit. She's taking a couple of charges tonight. What's this? She just kind of stopped, in fact. She didn't step in there. She just kind of stopped.
And Apupa was still in a straight line, so referees get that one right, I think. You so want Greta to have a good game, because 4 years ago when she sort of announced herself as a teenager at an Olympic qualifying tournament, you think, wow, great. And you see her 4 years later, she's been an all-star team member at FIBA Americas, and you think, great, she's really moving on. Opens out, great game to start with, and then from that point on against the better guards, she's almost backing down, and I don't mean that in a very negative way, in the sense of giving her too much of a hard time. But she didn't back down 4 years ago, because at 18, you don't back down from anything.
Nice penetration there from Thomas and pass to Fiorotto.
So the fourth quarter here, Jeff, if the score doesn't really change its shape, could become a little bit of a party, do you think?
It's going to be a festive atmosphere. I'm trying to think of the French word for, it would be a festival or something.
No, my French is not up to much, but
I don't want to say the wrong thing and get in trouble.
But the bagpipe players that were here for the halftime entertainment, they could get involved.
Yeah, they gave it kind of a Scottish feel, I have to say. I think relations have always been good between France and Scotland.
And we've got the brass band behind the basket, so if you're not doing anything and you're in none, you might want to come to a party.
I mean, I love it when you look out here right now and you've got 2 of the 3 youngsters for France, Apupa and Johannes, part of the future, watching them play. And this will be Argentina ball. It's nice to see Amant out there because she's kind of coming of age. And Yakubu as well, who's kind of now becoming kind of the big story for France. Here's Amant.
And Amant's only 26, so, you know, bigger players sometimes take longer to mature.
She's even bigger with her hairstyle.
Yeah.
Measuring that, she'd be 6'8"?
I think so. I think
for 1.9.
No, that's 6'8" is probably 2 meters.
2 meters. Pavon, Fiorotto. I mean, the challenge is Greder at the line. And good play from Cabrera, who's actually been one of the better players for Argentina. Pavon takes the 3. Argentina just have to keep working on the development teams. I know they've got youth teams that have been competing, and France, without question, have had terrific youth teams. They've got a great, you know, solid league in France. They've got EuroLeague teams. Look at this. You know, you compare. You look at Spain, great youth setup. The Liga Femenina, okay, maybe some of the money's not there now, so players
no,
are
but
leaving.
the structure is still the structure. It's good.
In France, you've got it. You've got the youth teams. You've got, you know, people have places to play. They have a lot of kids that play basketball, and you do wonder how many in France or how many in Argentina do play.
Well, I think the thing about France is they have that centralized thing. Spain has that club-based thing. But the bottom line is they have great coaches as well, and they have great opportunities to play. And that's why Sarah Michelle, who's a little bit older, if you want, to start. But there are so many players that come through that centralized system that, unless you're exceptional, unless you're a Pupa, you don't always break in straight away. But that means the overall level is so high. You could probably get down to the 3rd French team, and they would still be very, very good, because the overall quality is is excellent, and that's what Spain and France have done in Europe. They've proved that that's the way to do it. The most successful age group teams, and they're the most successful senior teams. So, you know, Serbia have just reinvented themselves on the women's side in terms of trying to get back to that sort of position. And you've always got a solid base of teams in you know. And Turkey are trying to have the system. Their age group teams are solid without being as good as France, but they're moving in. Everything's in the system is the most important thing.
Well, you saw the long drought there for both of these teams. France over 4 minutes, and Argentina more than 6 minutes without scoring. And here's Johannes. She gets the mark, but she doesn't make the shot. We've been building her up. She needs to knock one of these down.
Yeah. And she's come a little bit from nowhere, Jeff, because she didn't actually play in all the age groups. And she started playing in the top league, and all of a sudden has just blossomed relatively late. And she's gone straight in and making a mark here on the national team. It's a great story. She's just a great athlete. Without knowing too much, I'm sure she would have been playing other sports. She just runs so well.
There she is. Look at how she just handles the ball. She just has it, doesn't she? Llorente's in the game there, you see.
She's going to tick the scoreboard over from the line now. So she'll get going. With 3.6 seconds left in the third.
She was cupping that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
She was cupping it.
She's a player. Yeah, she's a baller, whatever the phrase is that kids use and stuff.
She's going to leave the game tonight, go back to the hotel, and go play. If there's a court. Makes both.
Is that after the party that they might have if they?
That's true. Well, that's it. The end of the third quarter. 65-37. France 10 minutes away from booking their spot at the Olympics. Unless we see something extraordinary from Argentina.
But they're 0-11 from the three-point line. And we've made this point about some other teams. If you don't start making those threes, life becomes, or at least long twos, life becomes very difficult. But 48 rebounds to 21 sort of helps that life being difficult. 19 assists. This French team do pass the ball as well as anybody. Coach Garnier is a little relaxed. It's obviously a very pressurized situation, trying to win at home. That gives you an advantage, but that does add some pressure. And I think it would help this team if they just relaxed. And once they've qualified, they can do that. And then, who knows, silver medal again.
Is that who you're putting your money on?
No. I don't see them as a medalist this time. I would, if you were going to put me on the spot, which is you're looking at me as though you are, I would put Australia in there in terms of definite medalists. I think their program and their leadership, and obviously the States will be in there.
You're really going out on a limb, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
Australia, USA.
No, but I was going to say, I think that there could be like the third medalist. I haven't said what order. So, you know.
Spain.
I don't know. I would say that.
Or
I think Spain
Canada.
and France, they'll make.
What about Brazil? They'll be at home.
I would. Canada may have a chance. You know, as being that may have a chance. But I think that third, and I'm not depending on the group, because sometimes a draw has all sorts of throws up, all sorts of permutations.
I like what Canada's doing. They are really, really working hard. They've got great guards. I wouldn't say they'd have great bigs, but they are moving in the right direction. A lot to be decided this summer, that's for sure. And inside, Siak gets fouled. And Vega shakes her head.
She played poor defense, basically. She enabled the square up. There you go. That baseline foot, which is the only foot that can beat her. She just got beat by that foot. She just play that free foot, stop it getting past her stance.
You know, China, look at that. Argentina missed last 12 field goals, 12 of 46 now in the game, 26%. If China plays as well as they did today, you know, they could threaten for a spot.
And that's what I mean about it. The third medalist, I would say, won't be France or Spain.
Some people say Spain weren't that impressive here today.
No,
they were 1 of 17 from three-point range, 1 of 16.
And France are 0 for 11 from 3. So the players on this French team that are supposed to go in and shoot, and I think Johannes is the player they have to let loose. And otherwise, they'll just be playing for one of those lesser medals. If they let someone like that loose who can get going from the perimeter.
Well, Santana hasn't played much tonight, but she on the court puts it in.
With the right draw, Jeff, I like Turkey's chances to make the semi-final with the right draw.
Because of Sebnem?
I think she really helps them.
And Johannes again inside. That was maybe a little bit too much of a playground shot.
Also, Turkey have very, very solid backcourt. There may be a little, might not be deep enough, but the Olympic tournament doesn't hurt you too much in depth. You just play. It's not like a Eurobasket where you play like X number of days solid. You get a day on, day off.
Sarah Michel, short. Rosé drives down the lane.
And Rossé's been very good today. Very, very deep, very good direct penetration. Finished the play well.
Shot from Sandrine Gruda. We've seen that a few times now.
That's that trademark, isn't it? The drop step that gets the defense to step back, and she then gets some separation and knocks down the mid-range jump shot. She's made a couple of those now. Things looking up for Sandrine Gruda. Definitely looking up for Sandrine Gruda.
Rosette. And the rebound. You know, you think about what France have. Maybe the big question mark is what they are, the three, the small forward.
Yeah.
And Marine Johannes, she just is not afraid to try to make plays, is she? She doesn't make it. She's missed some shots tonight. And Dumert gets in, misses. Siak, there she goes. Llorente. And there's Johannes.
That's why it's fun to play with Celine Dumert. Just saw a passing lane, just laid it out there, and Johannes collected and laid it up. We're going to get the block here. And then that leads to the transition. I like when France go with the three guards because I think they're very mobile, and Johannes gives them enough length to run to play that way.
No pelearlo, no.
They've hardly had to play Yakuba in this game, which is not a bad thing either.
La defensa es individual. En el top y en 45 grados, un step en el pick directo. Ahora, acá. Antes, Agostina gana el rebote y se va para afuera. Vos agarras el rebote y se va para afuera. Levantate, mujer. 40 puntos abajo estamos. ¿Qué querés esperar para hacer un gol? Levantate. ¿Quién te va a decir algo?
It'll be interesting to see, Jeff, if you get the same response from Coach Santana in the press conference about, well, you know, we weren't this, we weren't that, but we're going to be all right tomorrow. I just, they could have lost, they could lose 76-41, and we could be sitting like, you know what, they've played really well. They've done this, just again the way that they, apart from one or two individuals.
Yeah, they showed Rosé, you can't fault her.
No. And Gonzalez got hit and hasn't come back in, so you know.
She's in now, but she was
Yeah, I kind of took a little bit out of her.
But she was good in the first half, so. But as a group,
the big players just haven't shown up.
Yeah, and to an extent they've folded, which is never good to say, but they really have succumbed as opposed to sort of, try to play their game.
Minutes now to play, and Gruda was short of that. Gonzalez chases it down. Cross court to Rosé, off of Rosé. It was Michelle that got a hand on it. Camba trying to post up and does, and draws the foul from Llorente.
It's the same problem that they've had the whole game. They let people duck in and they don't get in front, they don't bump, they do not prevent just a straight cut to the basketball, which means the catch is too easy otherwise, and then you're coming from behind.
And Michelle. Well, I was at the Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in 2008, and you were in Ankara, in Turkey. How does, in terms of an event and being well attended, I would say this one was better than
Yeah, I would say that obviously when Turkey played in Ankara, the crowd busy, packed, but they didn't show up for the other teams. Whereas here, there's been reasonable numbers for the other games. So yeah. I think the French Federation do an absolutely marvelous job at getting, especially young kids, to see these great players. They do a great job of getting people like that in the gym. They did the same thing in 2013.
Absolutely.
And that's not, the Turkish event was, again, when Turkey played and qualified, it was great. It'd be interesting to see how many people they show up for the classification games tomorrow and Sunday. But they got people in the gym last weekend, when the tournament started.
Siak goes up, follows up her shot. Gruda gets it. And now Sarah Michel drives in. And we haven't really spoken about Nantes as a city. I mean, we might as well, because, the comprehensive nature of this beating right now that France are meeting out. Gonzalez has it picked off. Nantes is absolutely beautiful. I mean, we've been walking around. This is a good place to come to if you want to come and visit somewhere.
It's a great part of the world, right on the banks of the Loire. It's the town centre is just very old style. It's beautiful. And the most important thing of anything is that people are really welcoming. So,
Camba, here's Rosé. Camba got on the score sheet, and now here comes Dumec, and just decides to take it all the way.
I like France, Jeff, when they play with a smile. The leash is a bit loosened, because I think they've got such imaginative players. They've got players who can really make things happen, and they're fun to watch.
So Celine Dumec is going to come out as Rosé looks on. There's Dumec, Gruda, Siak. Probably the most encouraging part of the second half for France has been some of the good vibe has come back with Sandrine Gruda.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's because she is a difference maker for this team in terms of what level they play at and what their output is going to be. I mean, because she's a genuine world-class player. Doesn't matter which other team we're talking about. And Jeff, we've sat here and talked about France being, pretty much dead certainties to qualify. You can see the vibe on the bench. These girls haven't taken anything for granted. They've shown up, respected the opponent, and they're going to be the fourth team to have a great day today.
Another. As you look at Amont,
getting hit. Another plus has been the continued good play of Sada Michelle.
Yeah.
She's an exciting player. She is a real glue player.
Nice move.
And there's a Mont again.
Good catch, good finish, quick finish. Protected the ball beautifully. Great feet to give her the ball, but that was quick.
Now Burani. So really my prediction would be it's really going to be a battle between Korea. I don't see Cuba beating Korea. And I don't see Argentina winning against Belarus. So it'll come down between Korea and Belarus.
Your logic, all logic tells you that'll be the game. And as they've already played each other and had a one-point game,
Korea will like their chances. But it depends also, the coach said it depends on what the status is of Park Ji-soo.
yeah, if Park Ji-soo doesn't play, I still think they'll probably beat Cuba. But there is no way that they would beat Belarus without Park Ji-soo. And in fact, she'll be a difference maker in the game for me.
Free throw's good. Guessing that France will not get to 100 tonight, but they've got a good shot to get into the 90s.
Argentina might struggle to get to 50. And we never said during the defeat that Korea had, we never said, well, you know, there was always something that was, they were running something, they were trying to get shots, they were really executing, getting back on defense. It was like Spain were challenged all the time. This just hasn't happened in this game.
There's nice steal and turnover, but Pupa's trying to come back, trying to get it back. Greta Boquete for three. I think she heard you. She said, you don't think that we'll get the 6 to get to 50? Is that just
they get 5 in 30 seconds.
Yes, 2 consecutive. Oh, they're only going to give her a 2 on that?
Yeah. They're not at 50 yet, though.
Look at that. Turmeric was sitting on the lap of Yakubu. And Kamba drills the shot.
Okay, what do I know? They've just gone 3 field goals in succession.
Boquete. Yep, they got plenty of time. 86-51 now. He hasn't played that much tonight, Boquete. So the French fans singing in unison, their team on the way to the Rio de Janeiro games. And they will play happily another minute 40 seconds here in Nantes. Wonder if Gino Auriemma is still in the house. I'm looking for him. I don't see him. Maybe he is. Or maybe he went to go find the nearest Italian. I think he likes to do that when he goes away.
We can recommend a nice Italian for him.
Yes, we could. And that shot was good. And we saw Carol Callan here as well. She's the head of the selection committee and really the brain trust, shall we say. She's done a pretty good job over the years. So timeout with a minute 40 seconds remaining, 88-51, France on top of Argentina. And you can already see the French are in big time party mode.
Diana Celia, Andrea.
They're singing. Forget the huddle.
There's no huddle.
They're just singing. What's the play, coach?
No quiero poner a Andrea.
Meanwhile, on the other bench, it's not the same.
Quiero sumar la mayor cantidad de puntos en lo que queda. 2, 3, dale.
So back to live action here. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I mean, they didn't call any plays, they didn't say anything, they just sat around and partied.
Yeah, Coach Carney, it just looked like we're having fun. It's just success. They've got to enjoy the moment. You don't get many moments to enjoy. Wherever you can enjoy it, you should. You put in so much hard work. So it was good to see the French team relax. You know, they enjoy themselves. I think they're a hell of a group.
And Canada's come back and made another basket. Well, they've got the 90. Whipping it around, Boquete is short. So mission accomplished, really, for this French team. They've come here. I suspect that Argentina were going to be overmatched in this Women's Olympic qualifying tournament because their results in the build-up were not good for the most part. And then they came out and they got a win against Cameroon. And it made me think, well, maybe they've been holding some stuff back, but they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to come out and get a win in their next game against Belarus.
See, for me, it's about, where were you 4 years ago? Where are you now?
Well, this is going to be it. That's it, 90-53. France have won against Argentina to clinch a second consecutive berth in the Olympics, and it doesn't get any better than this feeling right here for these people, does it?
It's just great. You're going to see the reaction. Look at Dumerc and Garnier just embracing. This is a release point. All the hard work to get to a point where you qualify. 0 for 12. Don't want to talk about it now. Talk about 90-53. 90-53 means France have got the chance to repeat a medal performance at an Olympic Games. And that's what they came to do. Argentina, they've still got a chance to punch a ticket. They're going to come back and pick themselves up after this, though.
Yeah, they're going to need one of the great recovery acts to be in the hunt. So effectively, Argentina will take on Belarus tomorrow. As you look at the leading scores here, kind of Miem just solidified her status as one of France's best players at this Olympic qualifying tournament. And just continues to be an excellent player. As you said, just 28 years of age. So, she's in her prime.
Yep.
And we've seen some exciting young players as well.
Tell you what though, Jeff, 11 points for Sandrine Gruder. She's probably had a lot bigger nights. She's probably had a lot better nights, but 11 points, big positive step forward for her. That's great news for the French team.
So here it is. This confirms it. France have joined China, Spain, and Turkey in the Olympics from the FIBA Women's Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Nantes. There's one more still to come. Australia, Serbia, Japan, Canada, all the way down the line there. They've already qualified. The winner, it comes down to Korea, Cuba, Argentina, and Belarus. Out of those four, and who will it be? Sada Michel, be careful now. There they go. Different poses. Jean-Pierre Switat, the president of the French Basketball Federation, to the far right. Valerie Garnier and her coaching staff. The assistants never get enough credit, do they?
No. Coaching staffs, the amount of work they have to put in because these programs are so long. You've got to keep people healthy. You've got to prepare properly. It's an amazing logistical task, and it's a full-time role. And you earn your spot in the same way players earn their spot.
Well, they finished runners-up last year to Serbia at the Eurobasket Women, but France have made the most of their opportunity to host the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament, and they have rolled to 3 big victories. Finishing things off tonight here, they beat Cuba, they beat New Zealand, and finishing it off tonight against Argentina. So they go 3-0, and they clinch their place in Brazil, and they will be fun to watch. So best of luck to them. Best of luck to the other teams that qualified today. Spain, China, qualifying today. Turkey. Big moments, huge moments for these basketball programs. And another big moment still to come for one of the 4 that have yet to do it. Any more thoughts, Mark?
I'm just looking forward to now 2 days of competition where it's a winner-take-all situation. And those other 4 teams, yeah, they've lost today, but they've got that chance, and I expect them to come out tomorrow really hard. So 2 games, it's going to be one of those. There's no tomorrow now. We can't say, oh, we'll come back. It's going to be great to see those organizations with the same opportunity these 4 teams have had today.
Well, thanks for watching, folks. One final time. France win at 90-53 over Argentina. France qualified for the Olympics. Argentina now need to win 2 more games to book their trip to Rio. Otherwise, their Olympic dreams will be dashed. Thanks for watching.